Hello, everyone. I'm Charolina. Welcome to The Climb is Mine. This podcast is my accountability, a space where I share my wins, losses, and lessons as I grow stronger in my mind, body, and soul. Today, I'll be real with you. My commitment that I had decided to make last week that I shared with you in regards to working out 3 times a week did not happen. I did 0. And I've been feeling in a very weird funk, and I just can't I can't seem to get myself moving. All week I said tomorrow, and tomorrow came, and as I said, I didn't do it. So wasn't feeling too good about myself, but I was still giving myself grace and being kind to myself, even though I didn't commit to what I was saying. And I was reminded yesterday while I was listening to a podcast, and everything kind of seemed to click, and back to square one. It's just the power of one decision. It's just making that decision and actually pulling through with it and doing it. For example, how I decided at the beginning of the year to decide not to drink, and I made that one decision and I did it. I committed to it. And look at where I'm at. I'm over 300 days into this. As I said, I just completed 10 months on Wednesday. And it just reminded me of how powerful it's just making that one decision. So it clicked. And I was like, if I make the decision and the commitment as I did at the beginning of the year to this, if I could do that, I could do anything. It's just being super intentional. But it's so easy not to think that way, and just because it may not seem as big as a deal. Comparing, I guess, your addiction, my addiction to working out doesn't seem as serious. So maybe the commitment is very vague, or it's not that big of a deal. But in reality, it's like making a commitment when we say something, like when I say something to do it. And it doesn't make me feel good. When I say that I'm going to do something, I lose and I don't do it. Like, I've been wanting to work out it's been quite some time. And as I said, I had made the commitment last week on this podcast, and I didn't do it. And I lose credibility with myself and confidence. It deflates me. So, yeah, as I said, I'm just being here honest, and that's what happened last week. And I'm grateful to be reminded that it's just that one decision can literally change anything and everything. So this giving me motivation and reminding me, so I am, I have to apply that same mindset to everything. Like, if you say you're going to do something, do it. Especially when it comes to yourself, to myself. I feel like it's more important, because if you can't keep a commitment to yourself, how are you going to keep a commitment to others? How am I going to be a leader? How are people going to look up to me if I can't even do what I say I'm going to do? So, yeah, it affects how I see myself, how I trust myself, and how I show up for myself. But today, I'm choosing to do those workouts. I'm going to do minimal three days a week, and I'm going to create that habit. And I know that it will happen. It's just getting it started. So yes, I will do the three workouts, and no excuses, no overthinking, and get started. So yeah, that was it's one of my losses for the week, but in reality, a huge win, just for realizing the connection, and just being reminded of how just one decision can change everything. So If you're in the same place, you're stuck, you're disappointed, frustrated with yourself, yeah, this is just a reminder that you're just one decision from getting back on track. So thank you for climbing with me today. Remember that growth takes work, but it's worth it. Let's keep strengthening our mind, body, and soul.